and I am a family woman. I made sure we met out there or at his place, but not at my place because of the kids. And nobody wants to cheat. And I prefer not to call mine cheating.
Why did you cheat? We start from there.
I don't call that cheating. Because hata we nikikuuliza, when you're thirsty for water, what do?
You go fetch water and drink.
Yes. And after you drink, the thirst is quenched. So I was just taking water because I was lacking something. I don't know whether that answers you. No, nobody wants to cheat. And I prefer not to call mine cheating. It's just a circumstance that I found myself in. I was lacking something and I get it from some source. So I did not get it directly to cheat, but it kind of filled some vacuum that was in my heart. Yes.
There is a guy that you had saved as Sunshine. Why call him Sunshine of all the names? Kwa nini ukaamua kumuita Sunshine of all the names? There are so many names in this world. You can call someone Babe, you can call someone Honey, but why did you choose to call him Sunshine? And who's this Sunshine?
Let me address the issue of why I called him Sunshine. Because number one, he came as that sunshine to my life. He came at a time when Baba Rayo was really busy. He was nowhere to be found, always traveling. So nikiwa tu kule home, we bumped into each other. And I was coming from doing some shopping. And this person offers to help you lift things. Something that for quite some time I had not experienced because my husband was always away. So if I have to do things, I do them myself. Like, I really felt relieved. This person really showed care. I mean, after that, he kept on finding out, did you get home well? How are you? I mean, he kind of painted a picture of my Baba Ryan. Yeah, so it quickly fit and flowed because you can imagine uko tu pale peke yako with nobody to chat you up and you hear like your phone is beeping only to find this lovely message. So I mean, dawa ya kipenda choroho ansemanga ni dawa. And my Baba Ryan was not there. This guy was filling up the space. At night niko tu pale, he traveled, the kids are asleep. What would you have me do? Sina usingizi, I'm wondering, where is my husband? And then a message comes in. Like, have a good night. I really miss to see you. Would you call that cheating, honestly?
I don't have much words to say about that, but kila mtu akona, sin is always a sin. There is no justification of a sin. Na mimi siwezi sema it's not cheating or siwezi sema it's cheating. You're the one who knows what you're doing, and that's why you're here on the show to explain to us. And you were chatting with him and you've been having an affair with him. What is the plan, maybe, or maybe who's this Sunshine according to how do you value him to you? Who is he to you?
How do I value him?
How do you value him as? That is my question.
I mean, Sunshine, I'm not at a sipati. I don't even know how to explain. But I'll tell you this. When I was dating Baba Rayo, he was very romantic. He was this kind of guy you did not want to miss any moment with. And I mean, we used to go out. He was always there for me. I did not lack anything. And then we got our first baby and things started going down. Okay, I will not complain much because after we got our first baby, he was still there. He was really concerned. But you could see things were changing. Sio vile tulianza. Then, pap, after mtoi wa pili, he became so busy. It's like I never existed. I mean, things were just... I used to feel like I'm not appreciated or my presence is not felt in this house. Yeah, ako tu job. I mean, everything about him ni job. When he comes back, all he cares is mmekula, are you people comfortable? You know, kukula ndio, watoto wako fiti. But what about me as a person? I was used to being hugged. I mean, cuddled. We used to have breakfast in bed. And now it's no longer there. You just a mama in the house. I mean, kazi yako ni kufua, kukaa na watoi. That's all I knew and that's all I remembered. And then unapatana hapa na jamaa, he's willing to give you all the time in the world. I mean, Baba Rayo, things went from worst to worst. If he comes to bed, he's only coming to sleep. As a couple, whatever we used to enjoy was just... I kept on thinking he was just doing it for the sake. You know, there was nothing meaningful even in our moments. And here comes somebody who's comforting you right, left, and center. Oh, he used to remind me of kisses, and as this guy speaks of kisses, I picture out Babarayo, and I would forget myself for a moment. So actually, when I was doing it, fine, I'm doing it with somebody different, but my mind is on my husband, because this is a person who lit my world so much, and he's no longer there. So you try, like I asked you, when you're thirsty, you get water. So I had this vacuum. It kept eating into me, the loneliness. I mean, I missed things we used to do.
Wow.
So that's how I found myself in this situation. It happened so fast. It's not something I had planned, but it happened so fast. I cannot even explain. But all I know is that I was yearning for it from my husband, but I got it from a different source. You get me? I would have really wanted it to be from my husband, but sasa imejileta in a different packaging.
Let me ask you something, Mama Ryan. There's one question that I'll ask you, and I want you to answer me honestly. Are you in love with Sunshine?
No, like I said, I am not in love with him, but I got what I used to get from Babarayan in him. He became, each time I saw him, I felt so comfortable because it brought a picture of Babarayan. Yes, I don't know whether I'm answering you well, but for me, every description of Sunshine was Babarayan. Imagine tu msee haujui, ameniona nachoka hapa na mizigo zangu amenibebesha. I mean, msee amenioffer like, come we do coffee together, something I don't get to do with my husband nowadays because he's so busy. I mean, I saw Babarayan in him. Yeah. So you can imagine the cold nights that I'm all alone before I even go to start this affair kind of a thing. Niko tu peke yangu pale umeshika pillow, ujui bwana yako kwa wapi. The kids are there, they ask you questions. I mean, I can tell you over and over again, I used to cry and I need to be strong for my boys. Yes.
Let me ask you something. Does your children know this Sunshine, now that you've told me that every time wanaenda mzee ama your husband akuangi, that's when mnakuanga mkipatana na this Sunshine? Does your children know this guy?
They do not know him. I kept it like away from them because kids are slippery. They can mention something like that. So I was very careful. I made sure we met out there or at his place, but not at my place because of the kids. And you know, boys are quite tricky. They'll raise up questions and and they can even choose the most weird moment to answer that when they or to ask. That is when their father is around. So I protected them from all that. Yes.
How long have you done this? All this your relationship with this Sunshine? For how long have you done it?
It was not for long. Let's call it months. 4-5 months. Yes.
Now, I'm trying to understand you, but the people who are watching us are the one who can judge you. Mostly the women who are watching us. Men can say all the sorts of words, but ladies maybe are the ones who can understand you. I may judge you, but me myself, I can understand what you're going through as a woman because I'm a man. But I'll ask you, this may be the final question before we proceed, because there's another segment that I want us to get into. Now that you've been doing all this, what do you want? What do you want with your life? Do you still want your husband back, or you want Sunshine?
Sunshine was a distraction, and I am a family woman. I honestly love my husband so much that I want him back. Apart from the fact that we got kids, we began from a love note. I mean, we loved each other, honestly. And I want my husband back at all costs. I am willing to do everything to have him back. But like you saw, I don't know how it's gonna end up. Yeah.
When I called you to discuss about this interview that I'm about to have with you, that I'm having with you, you told me that you disclosed to me some secrets about what you've been going through, and you told me that something to do with pregnancy. You're 1 month pregnant. Tell me, how is it your husband's pregnancy or it's Sunshine's pregnancy that you're carrying?
Do you really want to hear that?
Yes. Even the people who are watching us,
after what you made me go through, would I even trust you enough with that information?
I asked you as one way of at least knowing maybe the father of your kid, because there's no way I can call you for an interview and pass that one sensitive question which I've just asked you. Kindly tell us more about the pregnancy that you're carrying. You told me that you're pregnant and you really cried on the phone, and we'd like to know, because these people who are watching us, at least they would like to know, why do all these things and how did you end up being pregnant, 1 month pregnant?
You know, what is ringing in my mind is what will the answer change, because sisi ndio wanawake, sisi ndio tunajua baba ya mtoto ni nani, na sisi ndio decide kama tuta come out clean nayo.
Yeah.
So for sure I'm pregnant. Najua ndio uliniletea hizi noma zote. I don't feel comfortable telling you who it is. Just know I'm pregnant. What if I said it was Babarayu's? How would it help? We already parted ways. I mean, all that's in my mind. I don't feel like I want to tell you whose it is. Yes, because even if I did, at the end of the day, you will not believe.
Wow.
Yes, so can we leave my pregnancy alone?
It's okay, it's okay. With due respect, I can do something that you're not willing. I can't force you to talk something that you're not willing to talk. Babarayu is watching you right now. Just tell him something from your heart, and you tell us maybe what you want with your life, or maybe if you want him back in your life, and also pass a message to Sunshine. And I want you to take steps. First of all, tell Babarayu something.
I want Babarayu to know that I still love you as my husband first and as the father of my children. And I would really want this thing to work. I want us to get back together, raise our kids. I mean, if you can find it in your heart, and at least forgive me. I did it because there was a vacuum in me that really needed to be filled. I don't know whether it was the devil at work. All I know is that I need you back. I still love you so much, and the children are crying out for you. I know you love them, and I know you can make this work. Find a soft spot in your heart. To Sunshine, I don't know what words to pen down. But let's just say it happened. All that happened.